you mentioned to me off camera that there was another idea for like we need a movie. We need a movie that's like we did the wingsuit movie, and we did curling.
Yes.
The sport curling. There's another one that you said that you had an idea for that we need this movie.
Yeah.
What is that?
What did I say? I said they need a makeup artist movie.
You're right. Okay.
That's what I think. We haven't had the makeup artist movie, the movie that's like from the perspective of this person who's, starts out like at a beauty pageant or something like that, like doing makeup and hair for somebody. And then they end up getting the big chance, in Hollywood. And now they're doing it for some TV show like Star Trek.
Yeah, they're doing like effects makeup.
Yeah, and they're working with their team and, and they're kind of like competing with the other team.
Yeah.
Who's doing that. So it's, I kind of got the idea because in Battlefield Earth,
John
Travolta
Classic.
and Forrest Whitaker were getting this like crazy makeup, alien makeup done on them.
Right.
And like it took them like, 6 hours, 8 hours.
Yeah.
Like the first day of doing it, and John Travolta just was like, "You guys, there's no way. Like we have to do this faster, right?" And they're like, "No, we'll do it faster. This is just like day one,
Yeah. Yeah.
Then like John Travolta was noticing that like Forrest Whitaker kept leaving like hours before him.
Yeah.
And he's like, "How are they doing that?" And they figured out some way of actually like maintaining the whole headset,
Yeah. Yeah.
So he's like, do that. But I just felt like, like John Travolta's a big enough star where if he was like, switch my makeup crew with their makeup crew, they would do that. So like those two teams are now like in competition with each other to be like you don't want to let your star down, You want to be like doing the best job that you can. So like now let's make a movie with that kind of style in mind.
Yeah, that is interesting. It's like now that I think about it, there are like movies about not like tailors, but like clothing designers.
Yes.
And it is like there isn't really one about like a makeup artist.
Yes.
But it could be really interesting, and it could even be. I mean, the visuals would be awesome in a movie like that because you could design some really cool looking stuff.
Yeah.
But it could be like actually very tense too.
Yes.
It's like there's a lot of like we have to rush, and then there's also like a lot of like we have to take our time with this so we don't screw it up.
Yeah.
So that is interesting. There could be something there.
Yeah. What I mean, the first movie I think of like to model it after is The Cutting Edge.
The Cutting Edge
is to have that feel, to it, because you could even have. You could even have, like, if your main character is, whoever, you could have, like, her on one side and him on the other side, or vice versa,
Yeah.
Like, whoever your main characters are, you could have a love interest on one team and a love interest on the other team.
Yeah.
Where they're competing against each other at first, and they're kind of, like, at each other's throats.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's like they have a fight with each other, but then they make up.
Yeah. Yes.
It's so stupid.
Yeah.
No, I agree though. Because that always adds just another element to it when there's the star-crossed lovers. I mean, we still read Romeo and Juliet for a reason.
Yeah,
it's a great premise.
An extra layer of tension.
Yes.
That sort of gets built in, but it is kind of like it is a tricky one because you want to have the makeup artist aspects of it be kind of at the forefront, like like how race car like drag racing is in the front of Fast and Furious. At least the first one.
Yeah.
And then like
first one.
But then like there's also the love interest, and there's these conflict with like, can we trust this guy who ends up being an FBI agent?
Yeah.
And
Yeah, but it's all centered around cars.
Yeah, but that's like the main focus. So you kind of do that with this, where the makeup and that stuff is the main focus.
Yeah.
But then like where, what's the stuff.
All the peripheral stuff.
Yes.
The peripheral, like... well, yeah, I mean, you could kind of go in two different directions with it. You could have it be like the cutting edge, where it's like, it's just, this is their job. There's oh man, I mean, it could be sort of like Battlefield Earth, where there's two teams that are just like competing against each other, or it could be more rooted in like an award show, where it's like, we're making this movie, but there's this other movie that's being made.
Yes.
And they're like, it's in space, and they have some really good makeup, and we need to beat them. And so like the climax is the award show. Yeah. So it's whatever, the Oscars.
Yes.
And that's a huge deal.
Yeah, and you could have it where, I know this probably doesn't make any sense in reality, but you could have it where, because this is like a bigger whatever movie or show or whatever it might be, it's two different companies. Yeah. So it's two different makeup artist companies that are working on the show, and only one of them is going to get the award. Yeah. And it's kind of like whoever's like that. Do you know what I mean? So one company's basically going to like...
Do you mean two companies working on the same movie and only one of them gets the award? I don't think that would work.
I don't know. There's got to be... But
if we approach it like Bottle Shock, where it's like, this is a movie, it's like, a small scale sci-fi movie, it's low budget. Yes. And they're competing against like a huge production company. Yes. Who has like all these resources, and it's like... It's, like I'm the head of a team of like 5 people, and like, this is what we're trying to make the best like makeup that we can for this sci-fi movie with a budget of like whatever, $200,000. Yeah. It's more money than I've ever seen, but that's low budget for a film. And then like they're competing against like Disney. That has billions of dollars and like dozens of people on a single team of like makeup. Yeah. So like that would be kind of the way that I would approach it. It's like Bottle Shock, where it's like, here's the underdog. Yeah. Who like might win that award.
Yeah. That's not bad.
Yeah. I think that'd be cool.
Yeah, that's not bad. You could still have...
What could I have? Tell me.
You could still have two separate companies. Yeah. That are working on different like smaller things that are in competition with each other, but they're also in competition with the bigger guy too. Yeah. So then when one of them's like, oh my gosh, the other one is like comes in and backs them. Yeah. And then that's how they're like, oh, like we can...
They could be working on like a small, like maybe short films. Yeah. Or something to try and fund their little companies so that they can continue working on the feature. Yeah. So like they're competing against another small company on this like short film, which is like, we took the job because we need the money. Yeah. Because otherwise we're going to run out of money before we finish this like feature-length film. And so, like, there could still be that tension between two smaller companies, but it would be on other jobs that they're having to take. And then that would give you an opportunity to, like, come up with more cool kind of makeup designs, where it's like, this is just what they do. They come up with cool designs for sci-fi and horror. Yeah. I like that.
Yeah, there's definitely something kind of interesting here,
They're like, I'm going to sneak into the other office and then, like, paint me a disguise. And it's just, like, an alien and, like, walking through.
They end up doing, like, a Mission Impossible where they look exactly like the guy. Yeah. You ever see... Yeah. There's that scene in The Saint with Val Kilmer where he's dressed just like the one guy, And they're both standing there, and the guy's looking at him like, huh? And Val Kilmer's doing it right back to him because he's dressed just like, huh? Because he knows the guy's going to do that. Great stuff. But, Val Kilmer. Yeah, I think there's a lot you can do with it. You know,
Yeah.
like there's a decent amount of directions you can kind of take it in.
Yeah.
And then there's some fun stuff that can happen as well, in just, you know, in how they kind of like discover making up the designs and stuff like that.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
like you could have that too, where it's like, how do we now take this, which is on paper,
Yeah.
and put that on that guy's face?
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
and it's like, you know, like, okay. And then you can like show them kind of like doing it, you know?
Yeah.
People be like, what if we use a polymer, you know, like you have that guy.
Yeah.
It's just like hold on, you know?
He's the best in the business.
Yeah. He's a gunslinger. Just like spinning the like water bottle, you know, little spray bottles.
Yeah.
And scissors and stuff like that. Yeah, but they haven't made that movie.
Yeah.
And I think it would be fun to make it, and it's also you know, they've made a movie kind of about every other aspect of movie making.
That's true. Yeah.
You know, almost.
They have they should get their due.
Yeah, they should get their due. The lighting guy movie is next.
I think. So get those barn doors closed on that for now. Yeah. No, yeah, I think that would be fun. Maybe we should write it. I'm actually getting a bunch of ideas now of directions we could take it in, and just cool little things that we could have in it. I think that would be really fun. It'd be a really fun movie to work on too.
Yeah,
you know,
it'd be great because you'd get to talk to like actual makeup artists.
Yeah,
to do research, and they would have awesome stories.
They'd have awesome stories. They'd have awesome ideas. If you're just like, you know, like just go ham, just go wild.
Yeah,
you know, like the movies in this movie are not real, so whatever design you think is cool, like let's come up with it.
Yeah, what's the thing you've always wanted to do?
Yeah,
as an artist that you've, you know, and now's your chance to kind of do it, to create your own thing. Yeah, that would be fun.
Yeah, that would be a lot of fun.